Hi, this is Lynn from Bypass to a Leaner Lynn, coming at you with my post-op 26 and 27 weight loss surgery update. I had a RNY gastric bypass on October 17th, 2017 at Merit Health River Oaks Hospital in Flowood, Mississippi. And my surgeon was Dr. David Carroll. At the beginning of at my highest weight, I was 331 pounds. On the day of surgery, I was 279 pounds. And the week before last, when I came at you with my week 25 update, I was 204.8 pounds. And then the following week, on week 26, on the 20th of April, when I weighed in, I was 204 pounds, point 8. I stalled last week. So this week I weighed, with great trepidation because, I'm sorry, I had to stand up and sit down, so I got bigger and smaller. And I'm moving around, and I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. I needed to move around. But at any rate, this week, week 27, I weighed in at 202.2 pounds. So I lost 2.6 pounds this week. Oh, I was so glad. I was worried, what if I stalled 2 weeks in a row? So far I haven't, but there's always that first time. So that's my stats. Now let's go into some updates. NSV, I'm having to move the seat forward in my car because I'm having a hard time reaching the gas pedal because my butt has gotten smaller. Yay! It's always good when the butt gets smaller. Since that is the part that I've always had the most weight on, so we like it when the butt gets smaller. And so that's really the only NSV that I can think of. Now this top, the last time I wore it fit better. It's an extra large, and I think it keeps wanting to slip down my shoulder. So I'm thinking maybe it's getting a little big. So I guess that's another NSV. My clothes are fitting pretty good right now that I purchased recently or that I have weeded out from older clothes. I kind of regret I did buy 2 pairs of capris. And when I bought them, I was trying to go by the measurements, and the measurements said extra large. But I chickened out, because I was like, I haven't been an extra large, and I can't remember when, probably the early 90s. And I just didn't have the guts to order an extra large, and I ordered a 2X, and they're too big. I'm still wearing them because they're cute, but I guess I'm going to have to give them to my daughter. She'll enjoy the cute. Or I don't know. Her taste and my taste are kind of different, so they may not work at all. But at any rate, going from there, I had my 6-month post-op appointment a week ago Tuesday. And I think it was actually on my surgiversary. I think. I think it was the 17th. I'm not going to swear on it. That could be, I don't want to swear on anything I'm not absolutely sure of. It was kind of a mixed review, kind of post-op appointment. They were pleased with my weight loss. That I'm doing really well with the weight loss. But I talked to them about the constipation. problems that I've been having. And I think I told you in my last update or last real update, not the one where I told you my internet was down, about having troubles in that I had some problems with it, real pain in my stomach and it hurting to eat. And I thought it was gas, but I've never really had gas in my stomach. It's always in the lower abdomen. So I'm not sure whether that was gas. I mean, it hurt in the middle of my back between my shoulder blades really bad. And I was also having troubles, I'd be on the pot finally being able to have a BM and I would just start heaving, and I never threw up anything, but it was just dry heaving, I guess. And, that kind of concerned me. And finally, I started taking my omeprazole again. And I don't have GERD. I mean, I don't get the burning heartburn stuff anymore. And so now I'm just kind of concerned that maybe I've got an ulcer or something because the omeprazole has helped. And I haven't had a problem as far as the pain in my stomach goes. Since I started taking the omeprazole, I mean, the first day after I took it, I was a good bit better, and by the next day, I was kind of back to normal. So now I'm worried because the other reason that one of the other reasons that omeprazole is prescribed is for GERD, or not for GERD, but for an ulcer. Ugh, sorry, I get myself confused some days. And she asked me, she looked at my Fitness Pal and she said, well, is this coffee decaffeinated or decaffeinated? And I said, it's caffeinated. I said, I just don't really care for decaf coffee. And she says, well, caffeine can constipate you. And, if I thought that was the whole problem, it would be wonderful. So, but I did say that I would try to cut back on the caffeine, and I've cut down to, I have my morning coffee, and if I have a treat coffee in the evening, I do decaf, and the only caffeine that I have kept is my protein coffee with cold brew, and as far as I know, I don't know that you can make cold brew with decaffeinated coffee. And I mean, I wouldn't try because I wouldn't know how. But I don't know. I've never seen anywhere where you can purchase it. I mean, I live in Mississippi, and sometimes we're very severely limited product-wise. So it may happen, but I haven't been able to find it online either. And I might take another look at it. I did order from Amazon some decaf coffee that's vanilla. I think I ordered a vanilla one and a caramel one. And then I think it was sort of like a turtle, with caramel and chocolate and nuts and some other flavor with it. And it just sounded really good. So I've gotten 3 different kinds of decaffeinated coffee that's flavored. And I really like my flavored coffee. So I've got that, but it'll be decaf, and I'm drinking just regular decaf, and then I just flavor it with sugar-free vanilla caramel cream or French vanilla or something like that, or chocolate. It's not quite as good as my flavored coffees were, and I really enjoyed them. And I do, and this is just, I'm just throwing this in here for those of you that are looking for more ways to get more protein in. I will make my regular morning coffee and my treat coffee in the evening if I want something and not too many calories. I'll put some, but I'm looking for some protein. I will put collagen peptides in it. And my brand I get is Vital Proteins. And it's made from grass-fed beef or something, but it's got like a full scoop, which is 70 calories or a full serving, and I think it's like, oh, I can't remember. I'm not going to swear on it. I think it's 18 grams of protein or 20 grams of protein, but I just use a half a scoop, and that's 35 calories, and I think about it's either 9 or 10 grams of protein. And it doesn't have any taste. I wish I'd known about the collagen peptides back those couple of weeks after surgery when I was struggling to try to get protein in and just couldn't, and I had tried the unjuri chicken soup, but you couldn't heat that past just like even lukewarm and it would start to get it would curdle or something. I don't know. It was awful. So I just didn't use that, at all. And, I bought 2 things of it too. And it just wasn't good at all. I liked the taste. The taste was good, but after that, if you can't, soup is supposed to be hot, right? But at any rate, had I known about the collagen, I could have used the collagen peptides. And it's supposed to be good for bone health and everything. And I could have used that in just regular bouillon or, with chicken broth or something to add the protein. And it really has absolutely no flavor. It's like I tried the Isopure unflavored and I could taste that. It was, and it did the same thing that the unjuri did if you heated it more than a little bit, it would go clump up and be really yucky. So, but at any rate, there's a tip. But at any rate, so they did say that seeing a GI might be a good idea, seeing as that I'm doing so much and drinking water and taking probiotics and I'm still having a lot of trouble and having to take a laxative after I go a week without not going. I did try some mineral oil and had a little bit of luck with that. It's pretty nasty though. But and the doctor had prescribed Linzess, and that's when I started having all those, nearly throwing up on the toilet and the gas in my pouch and everything. And so I thought it was the Linzess that was doing it. The Linzess really didn't make me go, but I don't know that that's what caused all those symptoms. And the other thing they got on to me about was not eating enough calories. I'm getting about, and I'm full, and I'm not really hungry a lot. In the evening, I'll get hungry, but during the day, not really, not so much. But at any rate, I'm getting like about 650, 700 calories, sometimes a little over 700. So I've really had to work hard trying to get up. They want me between 800 and 1,000, and I knew that, but I was hoping they wouldn't say too much about it. But they did. She said, you really need to get more calories. And the thing is, and that's one of the reasons that I kept my protein coffee, because that's like 170 to 185 calories, depending on whether I put some benefiber in it or not. And so I really don't want to, quit. Then I'd have to find a way to replace 185 calories. And there's not that much that I want to eat. I don't know. She said, well, drink a Premier Protein in the afternoon. And I'm like, and I'm full. And I'll drink a Premier Protein, about a half of one. And by the time I hit the half, by the time I hit a half a Premier Protein, I'm burping, and I know that means I'm full. So, so that gives me at least another 80 calories a day. So, I'm trying, and I've actually gotten over 800, not much over 800, but a little bit over 800. I never dreamed that one day somebody would tell me I wasn't eating enough. Who knew, right? You're not eating enough. Oh, really? I wish somebody had been able to say that a long time ago. Then I wouldn't have to have weight loss surgery, right? um, then the other things that I needed to update you on, and my phone has got blank, and I've got it on my phone. So okay, there it is. I had an injection in my back. It was an interlaminar epidural corticosteroid shot in my back. And it was kind of OMG when I got it. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was doable. They say that some people ask for sedation. I really didn't want to be sedated. Um, and it was fine. It was over quickly, and I can take some pain for a little bit. I've had some improvement, not a lot. I'm able to walk. I'm not using my walker anymore. I am walking. And I'm getting my 10,000 steps in. I still have a lot of troubles with sitting. Car rides are miserable. Um, Bending over is really difficult. Having a BM is, and I think that may be part of my problems with having BMs is, I'm sorry, too much information. Mm, but when I go to bear down to have a bowel movement, it hurts. I'm talking serious pain, and it just feels like I'm coming apart. So, that may be, because I keep pulling back from having a bowel movement because it hurts. So that probably doesn't help the situation at all. And as my pain management specialist said yesterday, she said that's not a good thing. You need to be having some more BMs. And I'm like, yes, I know. Actually, I took a laxative yesterday because I try to take it on Wednesday or Thursday of every week. I really kind of prefer Wednesday because sometimes the laxative doesn't work, and so I'm going to do it Thursday because on Friday morning when I wake up, I don't really want to weigh me and a lot of poo. I really don't. So I guess I'm a poo collector. I don't know, but at any rate, so the back is a bit better. She's going to do another steroid shot at the end of May. And so hopefully that'll give me some more relief. Um, that's all in the back. My last thing is, since surgery, think I have been so blessed because, even right after the surgery, when I woke up from the surgery, I wasn't nauseated. I hurt like crazy, but I wasn't nauseated. And I have not had a lot of troubles with nausea, just a couple of times. In fact, I've got the Zofran that gave me a prescription for, to go home with. And I wasn't even going to fill it, but then I thought, well, maybe I should. And I really, in 6 months, have used that Zofran, not even half of it, up. So, I don't use it very often. Um, so, you know, but it's been just probably a little over a week ago. I was taking my morning medicine, and for some reason I had troubles getting it to go down, and I think I swallowed a whole bunch of air. And then, it was trying to come back up, and I hate to throw up. I mean, I literally will do anything not to throw up. I have gone to the point where when I did throw up, it was projectile because I had held it down for so hard. And so, yeah, I know more TMI. There's a lot of TMI with weight loss surgery, I figure. And I just kept swallowing, trying to keep it down. And I guess I just kept putting more air into my tummy. And I ended up throwing up all my morning medicine, basically. And it really wasn't, I mean, it was nasty. I mean, it isn't, but it was that foamy stuff that everybody talks about. And that is the first time that I have thrown up since I had surgery 6 months ago. Just really strange. And I thought, okay, well, and then today's Friday. I think it was, yeah, it was Wednesday. Um, I ate my lunch, and right after I ate it, I guess, and I don't know, I can't, it was veggie burgers, and it's something that I'd had, a lot of times. I had a little bit, like an ounce of quinoa, and like a little ounce and a half of of green beans. And I've had quinoa before, and none of it was new food, but I threw it up for sure. And I don't even know what that, but my stomach hurt. I had to go home because my stomach hurt so bad. And then after about an hour or so, I was okay, but and it wasn't dumping. I didn't have an accelerated heartbeat or the cold sweats or anything, because I've dumped one time and, it didn't feel like when I dumped. In fact, that's what the nurse told me at my post-op appointment. I forgot about that. She said some of those symptoms sounds like you were dumping, but I don't think I was. Because I do know what dumping feels like, and this was just pure nausea. It wasn't, my heart wasn't going. I wasn't breaking out in a cold sweat. I just didn't feel good. But I didn't tell her that. What's the point? She's just going to say, oh, I think I know more than you do. Well, I know me and my body. So at any rate, so that's really, I hope I don't throw up again. I mean, I just can't figure out why I did it because I haven't had problems with throwing up, and just here all of a sudden at 6 months I'm throwing up. I don't know. I don't know what to make out of that. But at any rate, that's really all that I've got. I love all of you. I see that I got a little bit long here. I guess 2 weeks worth of updates is a little longer than a week of updates. I'm going to try to faithfully update you on Fridays. It just gets too bulky to try to do 2 weeks at a time, I think. But at any rate, I love all of you. I thank you for your support. Would love it if you want to subscribe. Just hit that little subscribe button, hit the little bell so you'll get notifications, and hit the thumbs up so that people can find me on the internet. And I love all of you, and I wish all of you blessings. And if you have any questions, leave them below. Leave comments below. I love all of you. Bye.